What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. I just wanted to make this one. I guess that's why Anyway, let's just get into it. YouTube, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I had an experience back in 2022. This is going to just be a very short, brief video, but I did want to share that if you have seen Inside Job, Season 1, I think they make their appearance in Season 1. It might be Season 2, but you can just look it up. You know the robes with the triangle heads? Some that are pointed up like this, others that are pointed downward. Yeah, like that. And it's the head right here and then the black robe. And there are these mysterious figures that have all the answers, and at least from the episodes that I have seen, are doing a lot of the pulling of the strings for people in this simulation that they are living in within this animated world. But they put the truth right in our faces, you know, label it as fiction so we won't think anything of it. I'm phrasing it that way because I had an experience going back to 2022. I think it was in December. I'd have to look at my book, but I just thought I'd hop on here and talk about it without like reading word for word. And I was in my bedroom, and there were these people that were in my room, like elite, that were doing something to my astral body that night. And I had this device on my head because I felt it, and it wasn't metal, but it was, something was placed over my head, and I was peeking through the little I guess angle that I could see with this thing that was slanted over my eyes and over my head. But I looked to my left and I looked to my window, and I just heard this being start laughing, and this spirit just came through the wall and into the space. And that spirit was one of these robes, you know? And I just was completely surprised and shocked. I then, was in darkness for a little bit, and then I came to again. And at this point in my journey, I just kept saying, I am everything, everything is me. There's no reason to be afraid because, there's nothing to be afraid on the inside, so there's nothing to be afraid of on the outside. If there's no enemy within, there's no enemy out. And I just kept repeating that to calm myself in that moment. And then this thing on my head just, got tighter and tighter and tighter, and then it started spinning my sacral chakra irregularly, and I just started to feel like I really wanted to get it on with somebody. And then I started feeling more fear. And all of these people, there was about 10 to 15, I want to say, that were in my bedroom, and they just were beginning to close in on me. And then once me saying those words reached a point of it not being comforting anymore, I just, I gave in to fear. And that was that experience. But I just wanted to make this video talking about the robe that I saw. That being exists, and I have every reason to believe that there is more than one. I don't believe that was the only one on shift that night. No. There was probably one of the other ones over in Europe, another one over in Africa, another one over in South America, And they're all doing something, doing whatever they need to in order to get our negative energy, so that Zeus, who decided to be disconnected from source, as well as the other fallen angels, can feed, since they can no longer take in energy directly from the sun. And these reptilians and any of the other beings, hierarchical human beings, who chose to lower their vibration to that point where they then started joining in on consuming our energy and essence, and now they are, one, addicted to it, two, believe that they can't get off of it. So there are some people right now who are seriously struggling because the energy just keeps rising in frequency, and they are having less and less and less and less negative energy to feed off of, because more of us are waking up and pulling away. And this energy is because of that, you know? So, yeah, that was my experience with this robe. Definitely don't think it was there to, create any positive energy for me. And there are these beings exist, all these people. I was watching a video from Contra Queen a while ago, speaking about how, those people who are elite all have, these spirits and principalities that they are working with, that are helping them achieve their goals in the desired way that they wish. All these people are using magic. And, we who are at the bottom are not, and we are the victims to them. Or maybe not, I shouldn't say victims, but we are susceptible to their spell casting, because they took all this information away from us. There was a time where we knew this existed, but they really had to brainwash us to control our mind in order to make us believe that this corrupted physical of working a 9-to-5 is all that there is, and there's only so much we can attain within that world and perspective that they created. It is ending. It is time for it to end. But keep checking out these animated TV shows that you love and that you like. For me, it was that show when I was watching it, and I ended up seeing that being in the astrals. After I watched The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance on Netflix, absolutely adore that show, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend it. Even just episode 1, if you're thinking about how they put the truth right in our faces and then label it as fiction when there is nothing but truth in these shows. Episode 1. But whatever shows you enjoy, whatever movies you enjoy, I guarantee you there is some truth in those bits of media, especially if it is a fictional show or book, or I guess those are the only two that are coming to my mind. Movie. Or maybe they put this information in video games too, because they have to tell us the truth. So every single one of these areas, they're making sure there is some truth in some of these stories. But that was my experience with this robe. Let me know in the comments if you have seen any of these robes, if you've seen more than one. Pardon me. What was it like? How did it go for you? And if you were seeing other beings that, you believed were real when you were growing up, and then the world, did whatever it could to kill that life out of you and make you forget and make you believe that this is all that there is, when there is so much more. So much more. So if you are seeing any of those beings, let me know. I'm going to end this video here and say I hope all of you are doing well and taking care of yourself on this spiritual journey of remembering who you are. And I want to send peace, courage, divine cosmic love, and protection to every single Anunnaki goddess and Anunnaki god who is on their journey of remembering their divinity and remembering who they are.